Hi all, and welcome to this week's Spike's Trucking Talk. Just a bit of an intro for you before we start. Last week you may have noticed that we had a discussion on Facebook about various issues. You guys said you wanted to carry on, so I can't be bothered typing. So I thought I'd try and make a video this week and see how that goes. So here goes. Firstly, a bit about myself. A lot of you don't know me. Spike is my name, Spike Aimer. Come from a family of truck drivers. Dad's a truck driver. My granddad dabbled in it a bit. My brother's got his own business. My other brother's an owner driver. My sister married a truck driver. So it's pretty inbred. Didn't really stand much of a chance as a kid to do anything else. I mean, we had the truck driver wallpaper. We got trucks for Christmas. We drew pictures of trucks. We built trucks with Lego. It was pretty much a given from the start that I'd end up doing what I'm doing now. I've spent about 30 years in the game, doing different things, driving different things, local, line haul, containers, general, carting grain, doing demolition, giving most things a crack, I think. I've done a bit of time off the road loading units, line haul coordinator, metro freight dispatcher, container dispatcher. I've had a crack at that. Now I'm back in my happy place, driving. Spend my weeks in this Nissan Q-on 8-wheeler tonner quad trailer, truck mainly around the top of the South Island, doing mainly FTL, direct from customer to customer. Scary thing recently, someone called me old school. I thought, shit, Magpie and I are considered old school now. Didn't really think of it like that, but I guess we are. Which brings me to this week's subject. Driving hours, logbooks, sleep and fatigue. I think there seems to be some confusion within the industry that the driving hours are actually working and that logbooks are actually working. And I don't know how anyone can justify that when insurance industry stats currently say that 48% of truck accidents happen within the first 2 hours of a driver's shift. 48%, nearly half. So for anyone to explain to me how logbooks are working, go and look at that figure and try and explain that one away, because I can't see how you say it is. I'm not advocating to work longer hours. I'm not advocating to work shorter hours. I'm just saying that the system's broken. And let's be honest, it's not all the employer's fault. I mean, when I've got 10 hours off, if I don't have 8 hours sleep, there's nothing the employer can do about that. You know, if I'm coming to work on only 5 hours sleep, then I'm already asking for trouble. In fact, did you know, for every hour sleep you don't get on 8 hours is the equivalent of drinking one big bottle of beer before you start work. So for all you guys out there thinking, and I know you are, oh, fuck, I've been doing this for years, I only get 5 or 6 hours sleep a night. Well, consider, would you drink 2 or 3 big bottles before you got in the truck in the morning? Because that's the exact same place your brain is, because you're shortchanging yourself. Fatigue. Let's talk about fatigue. Fatigue's not being weary. Fatigue's when you've hummed on 180 bales of wool using 2 wool hooks and a plate stacker and spent 4 hours sweating your guts out, and then you get back in the truck and your arms and legs feel like they weigh a ton and you sweated your guts out and you just feel shagged. That's fatigue. Alright? Being sleepy is not fatigue. Being sleepy is when you're driving down the road and you can't stop yawning and you suddenly find yourself nodding. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you've been through it. Don't lie to us. You know, we all do it. I've done it. You know, doesn't matter how many coffees you drink, how many windows you wind down, how many laps around the truck you do, you're still going to be sleepy. And the reason why is because your brain is creating a chemical called melatonin, and that chemical was designed to shut your body down. And you can't fight that. You can't fight that at all. That's just what it is. The only way to stop your brain producing more melatonin is to sleep. And it will keep it producing melatonin until you sleep. So, you know, that's where having a power nap comes in. 20 minutes on the side of the road, boom, that melatonin problem stopped. You're still tired, but, you know, it'll give you more time. Logbooks. Let's talk about logbooks. Logbooks are like door locks. They only work for honest people. You know what I mean? I mean, a logbook isn't going to stop a guy if he wants to work 23 hours a day. Those drivers are still out there, you know? Those drivers are still amongst us. I see Nick Leggett, the CEO of the New Zealand Road Transport Association, is currently advocating and pushing for electronic logbooks. Like that's going to fix anything. I mean, last time I checked, the electronic logbook's not connected to the hand of God, and whenever you do over your hours, the hand of God doesn't suddenly shut down your motor and pull on your brakes and make you pull over. You can still go over your hours. You can still drive without having a half-hour break. The only difference is how it's recorded. And let's face it, employers, they already know that information. They've got it all on E-Road. E-Road can actually be easily configured so that your employer gets an email or a notification every time you go over your hours. The same way that it's configured that it does that every time you speed. But the reason E-Road don't configure it like that is because there's no demand for it from the company owners. They don't want to know, really. I don't think they do want to know. They probably already know it's happening. They don't want to know. And you know, I'm all for doing things legal, but then there's grey areas. For example, what say Johnny Driver takes 5.5 hours to do it? No, 5.25 hours to do his trip. Every day of the week it's 5.25. And yet today it's rain, the road's washed out, there's more road work. Suddenly Johnny Truck Driver's looking at 5 hours 40 to get home. Now what's he going to do? Legally, he could pull over an hour before he gets home, start some rat-fested motel and get up after 10 hours and go home. That's what we're legally supposed to do, alright? Well, I'm not denying that, I'm not crossing that. What about the other two options that we don't talk about? You know, Johnny Truck Driver goes, if I go faster, I'll make it in 5.5. So that's what he tries. Next minute, he's crashed. Or the other option for Johnny Truck Driver, he continues driving like normal, and it takes him 5 hours 40, and he hopes like hell that no one catches him in the last 10 minutes, and he puts it down as 5.5 hours in his logbook, and then he has his 10-hour break. You know, that's happening. What fucking difference is an electronic logbook gonna make? What difference in the way I record my hours is it gonna make to whether I can or choose to work that 10 hours or that 10 minutes or not? The only difference is, who knows about it really? Well, not even that. The employer probably already knows. The only difference is the way it's recorded. The only difference is probably the employer can't go to court and say, shit, sorry, Your Honour, I didn't know that was happening within my business and my drivers. I'll promise to do better and I'll tell my drivers off at the next meeting and get a slap on the hand and walk away with it. That may not happen anymore. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got to say for this week. So, tell me what you think. Write a comment below. As they say, like, comment and subscribe. And stay safe out there. We'll see you all next week. And give them a taste of kiwi. Yeah. Alright, see ya.